Good morning, I'm Kathy Peterson and welcome to The Bouncing Act. On today's show, are your kids or grandkids begging you for a pet? Well, you may want to consider one with scales instead of feathers or fur. And a top female executive shares what it takes to run your own successful small business. That and much more ahead on The Bouncing Act.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm here today with the founding members of Perfco Green, Chairman and CEO Tony Tracy, Tony's daughter and his inspiration Kendall Tracy, and Chief Marketing Officer Linda Daniels to learn more about the Go Green 2.1.0 Foundation and how one plastic bag company is revolutionizing our future. So you know what, guys, here's the bottom line. I mean, nobody would dispute this. We are a plastic addicted nation. How could we turn this around?
Well, Danielle, when you look at these statistics, over 46,000 pieces of plastic is floating in every square mile of ocean on the planet. This is a global problem, not just in the United States. Everybody has to be conscious of what they're doing with their plastics and all kinds of garbage, for that matter. At Perfco Green, we have developed plastic film, biodegradable, that completely breaks down within 12 to 24 months when it hits the environments. It leaves absolutely nothing harmful behind.
Yeah, and Danielle, our plastics come from post-consumer, post-industrial plastics. So we're taking the plastic out of the environment. We'll take it out of the ocean. We can recycle it and make it biodegradable with our additives. This is the future. This is the future of plastics. That everything we do at Perfco Green will be a green product. It'll be biodegradable. And it'll be made from post-consumer plastics. So this is the solution for the pollution.
Absolutely. Well, you know, here's the interesting thing, and we'll get to this in a moment because your daughter was part of the solution, but we'll get to that in a minute. But talk to me about the fact that you were in the plastics business before. Yes. What sparked that light bulb moment for you,
Well,
Tony?
yes, I've been in the plastics business, the regular plastics business.
Right.
And, you know, about 5 years ago, I'm walking the beach with Kendall Tracy, and Kendall got into my face about plastics, what they're teaching her at school. So bring it on, Kendall. What'd you do today?
And she's so sweet. She'd never get into your face.
Well, you know, we were just walking on the beach and everything, and then we actually witnessed it firsthand. We saw a seagull come down and pick up a straw, and it made me realize, you know, how many other animals have had that happen to them, or let alone how many animals have been killed by that. You know?
And, you know, that's true. And our product, if it does wind up in the ocean, it will break down to CO2, H2O, and biomass, which will be eaten by the microorganisms. So it's a natural occurrence. So it will go away. If it winds up in a tree, the sunlight will break it down and it will go away. And we all see plastics in trees. So we have the solution for the pollution at Perfco Green.
Well, talk to me about the summit you've organized to help find that solution for the pollution.
Yes, I put together a group of very talented plastics people, engineers, scientists, and we worked on this and we finally had a major breakthrough. It took us about maybe 3 years. We're FDA approved, or ASDM D69 5400 approved, and this is that's a major breakthrough in plastics, and that's the American Standards for Testing in Plastics. So we're food compliant, and we have everybody behind us, all the seals of approval, I guess you would say. You know.
Well, you know, Linda, talk to me a little bit more about 2.1.0, this foundation. Tell me more about it and how you hope that really does help everybody become more environmentally conscious, environmentally friendly.
Well, I think, you know, Danielle, education is key, and what better place to start than with our kids at home and at school. And we developed Go Green 2.1.0 Foundation. That's 2 years, one product, we leave zero behind. And the foundation is all about fostering and promoting green education initiatives in this country and hopefully soon around the world. We are kicking off our first Green Initiative program this fall in schools across the country, where we will have kids gathering plastics, clean plastics, to be recycled, and with that plastic we will make our Perfco Green bags. The schools will receive a revenue stream from this, which is just fabulous. The kids benefit from a great education piece that's being filmed as we speak. In addition, they will be part of making a real product.
Sure.
That they can point to and say, I helped make this product, Perfco Green.
Yeah, that's exactly. They'll tell their parents it's kind of a grassroots thing. You know, we're cleaning up the planet. Bring the plastics to school, put it in our bins, and we'll take it back to our facility, and we'll recycle it and make it biodegradable so it goes away in harmony with nature.
Well, you know, Kendall, let's leave everybody with this. Your message to the youth out there.
You know, it's just, we actually need to do something about this. We need to be a part of the green revolution, and we just need to clean up our planet.
Well, Kendall, we appreciate you so much. Linda and Tony, thank you so much for being here with us. It was
Thank you.
very enlightening and informative. Be sure and visit thebalancingact.com all through November and sign up for the Gift of Music giveaway. You could be one of the lucky 100 winners who will receive a Yamaha guitar or a keyboard. Take your pick and play. All right, so how many times have you heard this? Mommy, can I have a pet? Kids love animals, but caring for them can often be tricky if you aren't familiar with their needs, especially when it comes to owning an exotic pet. So, before you head out to the pet store and buy that lizard, snake, or turtle, you'll want to listen to some helpful pointers from our next guests. Joining us via satellite are Nigel, Marvin, renowned zoologist and TV personality, and herpetologist Hilary DuPont. So share with our viewers what they need to do before considering purchasing an exotic pet.
Well, exotic pets, they really are great, but you've got to do your research before you get them. This is a bearded dragon. They need to be kept at about 85 to 90 degrees. They need live insects, so you've got to get a supply of crickets and locusts. You need to dust those with vitamin powder. And the other thing that they need, an ultraviolet light. That mimics sunshine, so they can get strong bones and everything and get vitamin D, just like we develop when we go in the sun.
So, you know, of course, my 7-year-old son is begging us for a pet of any kind. He loves dogs and lizards. Hilary, what breed lizard would you recommend?
Well, I would recommend the leopard gecko and also the bearded dragon that Nigel was holding earlier. They're two excellent first-time pets. The leopard gecko can get a little wiggly sometimes, but the bearded dragons, many children you see walking around the reptile shows, they have them on their shoulder. They're just great pets overall, and once you get a nice setup, they're easy to maintain.
Well, as most parents can attest to, when we buy a pet for our children, a lot of times we're the ones who end up taking care of them. So what's the easiest type of reptile to maintain?
Blue-tongued skinks. They feed on cat food and grapes, so you don't actually have to get live insects and have them running around your house. Snakes are easy as well, as long as you can get a supply of frozen mice or rats, and you only need to feed them once a week, but I suppose many mums at home wouldn't like frozen rats or mice in their freezer.
I know the question a lot of parents out there have, how does the cost of caring for a reptile compare with those of more common pets like a dog or a cat?
Well, the initial cost when you're getting a reptile enclosure, it seems a little pricey, but once you have your UV lighting, your vitamins, your decorations and everything, basically the only thing you really need to maintain them is to feed them weekly if they need fresh vegetables or crickets, and to change out their substrate, and that's all reasonably priced, so you're not putting big cost into a reptile.
You know, Nigel, I've been hearing several reports that people are really actually pulling reptiles from the wild at alarming rates. As responsible consumers, what should we do to be sure that we are conserving these exotic species and preventing their extinction?
Well, reptile pets, you should never pick up a tortoise, pick up a lizard in the wild. I mean, just buy them from a reputable dealer, captive bred animals. These bearded dragons, they've bred hundreds of generations in captivity. They don't have parasites. They're used to being kept in enclosures. But to pull one from the wild, you get a frightened animal, and they really are not ideal. And of course, there's not enough left in nature. We've destroyed the habitats.
Nigel, where should our viewers go for more information and reputable online references?
reptilestv.com, that's a great source of information. Hilary's a star on that, so you can learn about keeping animals in captivity. I'm on it every now and then as well, so it can't be that bad. And it's get a lot of DVDs and good things there to learn about keeping reptiles. And the key to it is to get the enclosures set up, the right heating, the right foods, before you ever get the animal. And then once that's all set up, they make lovely, wonderful, beautiful pets. Thank you.
Nigel, Hilary, thanks so much for being with us today and sharing that great information. Falls are the leading cause of injuries among Americans over 65, according to the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control. If you want to keep your parent at home, do a safety check as often as possible. This means getting rid of throw rugs on the floor, making sure stairways are clear, and installing handlebars in the bathroom and shower. Well, throughout our lives, the color pink has been symbolic. Since the day you were born and that little pink cap was placed upon your head, the color partly defined who you were and who you felt you could or could not become. Well, we've come a long way, baby. Pink magazine is empowering today's woman, a woman who's embracing her femininity along with her strength, power, and passion. Here to tell us more is CEO and co-founder Cynthia Good. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Danielle. Thanks so much for having me on your great show.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And it's true. Pink really is a symbolic color. What does pink mean to you?
Well, to me, it means a lot of things. It means a lot of fabulous things. I think in days past, women who were professionals and wanted to succeed in business were a little bit embarrassed about that feminine part of themselves. So
and they wouldn't even wear pink to the office. They'd stay
That's
away from
right.
pink in
I
the
got
office.
one letter, the first issue we were out, and they said, I hide that feminine part of myself. I reserve it for the lining of my suits. But what we think really constitutes success now for women in the 21st century is being fully authentic and being everything that you are as a woman, being very powerful and being strong as well as sensitive and nurturing. So all those things come together, and that's the best that you can be.
Do you often think about this? Because I know I do. When I see successful women, I often wonder, what binds them? What traits do successful women have that set them apart and allow them to achieve those levels in business?
There are similar traits that all women who are successful have. They have these things in common. They are very optimistic. They never take no for an answer. They keep forging ahead on what they believe in, and they remember to ask for what they want. And a lot of us are shy about doing that.
We are shy about doing that. And a lot of times when we as women hear no, we want to take our toys and go home because
Exactly.
our feelings tend to get hurt a little easier. But at the same time, in order to be successful, guess what? Got to say, I'm just going to keep going. And if I hear no 100 times, you know, not going to give up.
That's right, and that's something that a lot of the guys already know. No means no just for that 1 minute, and then you got to get back in there. And also networking, reaching out to those that you know, your friends as well as colleagues, and connect with them and talk about what business opportunities you can bring to each other. We can do more of that as women.
Now, where can we go for more information?
pinkmagazine.com. It's all right there, and I'd love to hear from everybody too. You can email me at editor@pinkmagazine.com.
We will do that. Thank you so much for sharing your insight.
Thank you so much.
Did you miss part of a story you really wanted to see? No problem. Just log on to thebalancingact.com and catch it there.
Yearly, an estimated 11 million U.S. couples hope to conceive and experience difficulties in trying to do so. And while some couples may be experiencing reproductive disorders, some may not even realize that some of the lubricant products that they're using may actually be what's hindering them. And so today we really want to review a product that's out there that may actually help them. Yeah, a little bit, right?
Exactly. And you know, women of today have all, you know, fertility and reproduction and conceiving is a big, big topic today because women are getting married later in life. They're focusing on their jobs and their schooling and whatnot. They're having babies later in life. So that can be a major issue.
And as we said, even the wrong type of lubrication may be an example as well.
And it seems to me that when you're really trying to get pregnant, you're going to be using lubricants more often.
No, you're having intercourse more often.
Right.
So, right.
And, you know, that could be the hindrance.
Well, it could be.
Believe it or not.
Absolutely. But, you know, and it's funny because that's something I had never even thought of because I have two girlfriends, and this is just a quick little personal story, who both of these ladies were trying to get pregnant. Both of these ladies were in their early 30s and never thought they'd have any issues or any problems, but they both suffered tremendously for a couple of years before they were able to conceive. So they did any and everything imaginable. And so I got really an up close and personal look at what a woman will go through in order to have a baby. And I think for me, I felt a little guilty, Kathy, because
you had 3 babies
in 7 years.
Gorgeous
And
babies.
so it was really just for me, just one after the other, you know, bang, 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 3 children in 7 years.
And imagine the fact that if you're going, you know, and spending thousands and thousands of dollars getting tested, and quite frankly, it could very well be the lubricant that's blocking the sperm or, you know, slowing down the sperm.
But that's something that I never even thought about.
I
and
never
I think
did
a lot
either.
of women never thought
Absolutely
about either.
not.
And when you look at this product, it's really a kind of interesting product. Preconceive Plus. It's a conception friendly lubricant.
I like the way that says
and
that.
what you would think is, what's the difference? What is the difference? Why would I use this as opposed to using, just one of the regular lubricants that are on the marketplace? But this actually may aid and facilitate in terms of your becoming pregnant, because once again, it's called Preconceived Plus, and it is formulated to increase the likelihood of conception because it doesn't harm the sperm or inhibit sperm motility, which is what can happen with some of the other lubricants that are on the market. So it's formulated to match cervical fluid and semen. It doesn't inhibit the egg fertilization. So there are a lot of wonderful things about this product. And so for women who may be trying to conceive, couples who may be trying to conceive, this is not to say that you're going to get pregnant as soon as you use this, but obviously if you're having some trouble, this may be, change your lubricant.
Absolutely,
and so there may
before you go out and spend all that money before that. But there's all kinds of other products I found interesting. The male fertility test. Now let's face it, our guys are not the first ones to jump up on the bandwagon and say, it's not me, it's got to be you, it's got to be you.
Right, that's
so this
true.
is a really simple test that you can do at home to do your sperm count.
I'm sure we piqued a lot of interest with this Preconceived Plus, don't you think, Kathy?
Absolutely. And if our viewers want to find out more information about it, go to preconceivedplus.com. And by the way, it's over the counter and affordable.
Oh, two great pluses. That's wonderful. Here's a way in which you can help reduce harmful carbon emissions into the environment. Wrap your water heater in an insulation blanket and save up to 1,000 pounds of CO2 a year. Every bit counts. Join the green revolution. To learn more, go to www.perfcogreen.com. Be sure and visit thebalancingact.com all through November and sign up for the Gift of Music giveaway. You could be one of the lucky 100 winners who will receive a Yamaha guitar or a keyboard. Take your pick and play.
A recent study by Michael's Arts and Crafts Stores found that 58% of people surveyed were more likely to make gifts this year versus last year due to the tight economy. In addition, the Craft and Hobby Association, of which I'm a proud member of, estimates that some 42 million U.S. households will create their own handcrafted gifts and holiday decor this season. Today, I'm going to get to show you how you can create your own handmade gifts and decor by crafting, one of my favorite hobbies. So I like to create my own gift wrapping and my own gift bags. And this is really easy to do because Ready to Learn has come up with these fabulous little stamps that are very easy, great for little hands, make a great gift. The whole family can join in. And you just simply daub it onto this ink pad, which is nice and big, and stamp it on to your surface. But here's a great little holiday project that you can make for somebody that's really special to you. It's a little scrapbook, and believe it or not, it's only made out of sandwich bags, paper sandwich bags. And I really love the way that you can customize this with family photos and trinkets and little inserts and all kinds of little fun things. Okay, so if you want to get more decorative with your holiday decor, you can create items like a table runner. Now this table runner looks like it was pretty hard to make, but it actually wasn't. It's nothing more than vinyl fabric. And this is tape. This is actually decorative packing tape that's by Fancy That. And you just simply cut the fabric to the length and size that you want, add the tape on there. It's just really, really easy. You can also make cards. You can make little place cards. You can make little gift bags. And then if you really want to go green, you can take and cut a toilet paper roll in half and put the tape on it to create a napkin ring. And then, maybe the kids can maybe make little votive gifts as well. I think these are really, really special and easy to make. Okay, Creativity Inc., also known as Blue Moon Beads and also known as Manor House, has created these fabulous necklaces and jewelry pieces. Now, you better sit down for this one because if you were to buy the original pieces that we found in fashion magazines, these are replicas that we've made up, this one would run for $800 retail. This one, $7,000 retail. Yeah, $7,000. And this one, Sarah Jessica Parker wore. So these are all beautiful, but believe it or not, you can make these for anywhere from $20 to $30. Now you're going to get, when you get started with beading, make sure you've got the right kind of tools. You want a wire cutter and a needle nose pliers. And then you're going to want to have cording or wire and chains and findings and beads, all kinds of fun things here. And you can get sterling silver beads and real crystal beads also at the stores. Okay, if you're a scrapbooking fan like I am, this is the latest trend. It's called cookbooking. I love this idea. Now you can create and publish your own. It's very, very sentimental. It's very, very cute. You put your recipes in here, pass it down to generation to generation. Here's a family recipe from Grandma, and you could put a picture in there as well. Now, I found all these great ideas at craftplace.org, which has a store locator to find materials that you need at a store near you. And you can go there to download your directions, shop for all your materials, and really, really get crafty. Well, that's all we have time for. See you next time, and don't forget to really get creative this holiday season.
Incorporating exercise as part of your daily routine with your parent is vital to their physical well-being. Besides daily stretches, it is good to do light lifting of household objects, short neighborhood walks, and low-impact yoga. Exercise helps promote blood circulation as well as helps relieve stiff joints and tight muscles.
Hey, thanks for joining us on The Balancing Act. Tune in every weekday morning for interviews and information that will make your personal balancing act easier than ever. I'm Kathy Peterson. See you soon.